Hello and welcome to F106 career mode video. Here we see we're in practice here. Just trying out a setup and show you the track that we're racing at. It's the Bahrain International Circuit as we go through turn 3 there. Pretty close on track limits. As we head down into turn 3 now, turn 4 I mean. Is it turn 3 or turn 4? I think this is turn 3. So I guess one of the little corners that don't count. But yeah, heading through the S section now. It's not a great lap. Let's see, we are on controller here because it is a PS3 game. So into braking, just clipping the apex in second gear there. The fastest way to decelerate on this game is just spamming downshifts. But here we have to be careful not to down the racing line, because that's where the oil spillages are, so we can see it just there. Just avoid the oil spillage as we go down into this tricky corner where the AI are really good through this corner. They gain about, I'll say like 7 tenths, and I don't really understand how. See, we have to brake the flower right-handed is because we take such bad of a line. But obviously our last lap wasn't very good, so we are very much improving. 2 seconds just in that sector there. So we now head into the last corner. It's a very good corner for the player compared to the AI. AI are not very good through there. And as we go to the line, it is a 1:34.852 there. And now we head into our first qualifying session. This is Q1. So yeah, just gotta make it through to Q2 here. And it's interesting because Q2 is the fuel that you use for the race. So you have to do race fuel in Q2, which I think is quite interesting. So yeah, heading down into the turn 3 hairpin. Had a pretty decent turn 1 and 2. Braking quite heavily, spamming downshifts, lock up a bit there, go a bit wide. So it definitely wasn't the fastest we could have took that corner. And through the S section now, just clipping the apex. Don't want to clip the sand on the inside there. As we now spam downshifts again into that wall. We have a bit of a rear end moment there. Let's now go back down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. We take it pretty well though. Probably should have been in second gear for better acceleration. As we now with groove tyres back in this era of F1 as well. Go into the turn 11 here, a bit wide there. That felt okay. We're on a good lap. We'll definitely be enough to get through Q1 into Q2 if we finish this. Into the final or second to final straight here into the final braking zone. Again, very good corner for the player here. We're very fast here. Good apex, just sticking to the white line. Should be a pretty good lap here. Maybe like a 34, 33 to 33.2 to put us on provisional pole position. And where does that put us overall? That puts us in P1 for Q1, so that went pretty well. So that is position 16 to 11 will be decided in this qualifying session here. So as you can hear me say, the only reason I'm doing a voiceover is because I got the audio levels wrong. Yeah, I'm on 10 laps of fuel here because I want to do a 10 lap stint in the race as our first stint. Yeah, hit the apex there quite nicely. And I'm not worried about getting through the session. I'm very confident I will. And spam the downshifts into the turn 3 hairpin. Absolutely flying here. I think our teammate definitely does not qualify as high as this. You'll see later on in the recording. As we, again, that was a really good corner actually. Just a bit of understeer if anything, but because there's a massive bump on the inside, it actually helps settle the car there. Not hitting the apex. And yeah, that was okay as well, keeping it within track limits. The track limits are the curb on this game mostly. So you can go 4 wheels over the white line, unlike in real life in Kota. Where track limits was a pretty big issue. Not too big though, not as big as Qatar. As we move through here, gonna take an awful line through there, gonna have to lift off. But we take a great line through here, just clipping the apex. You can see how much we've gained compared to the AI in front of us. as we move down into the last corner here, into the braking zone. Brake quite heavily, shift down a bunch into the apex. Very nice, full throttle here until the line, which is a lot further forwards than it is in real life nowadays. And we do a 34, oh, it's very close between me and Fisichella though.
Fisichella's actually outpacing me.
Very close. Yeah, P2 there.
Yeah, we will say.
Low 35 wouldn't have even passed through, so as you can see, it's really close between everyone here. And this is our fastest lap in the final qualifying session, the Super Pole session. And as you can see here, we're on 27 laps of fuel, because all it does is it scales the fuel. So if you put 10 laps of fuel in a 30% race, that equals like 31 laps of fuel in a 100% race, so that's what it puts you as. So you're running a very heavy car here, and what they do in real life is they burn as much fuel as possible, which I didn't realise. So what they do is they run the whole 20 minutes, just burn as much fuel as they physically can before they set their final laps, which I think is pretty interesting, but not a great way to run a qualifying session really. So there we go, a bit wide there, past the white line, but that's still in track limits on this game. Take a pretty decent corner though. It was a pretty good apex. Again, probably could have been in gear 2. I think gear 3 was just safer, not to spin the rears. And again, this game released in 2006, which is really surprising. Look at the graphics, and the physics definitely don't feel like 2006. So yeah, here in the apex there, is it going to be green in the second sector, or are we going to have to find a lot of time? It is green by 2/10 there. That was a really nice corner through there. We basically maximised it before we hit the sand. And now it's just all about the final corner. Braking heavily, clipping the apex just slightly there. So now run down to the line, and 0 seconds left in qualifying. This will be our final lap. It puts us in P3 there. P3 for Lewis Hamilton on the grid there. And yeah, it's a 10th between me to Alonso. It's the top 3 separated by a 10th of a second here.
For the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One's popularity knows no bounds. They may not have had any home teams or drivers here, but our Arabian hosts are still big fans. Whether it's horses, camels or F1 cars, Bahrain certainly loves its racing. The Formula One Roadshow has truly arrived in the Middle East, and we're all set for a real sizzler. This is race day in the desert. Second on the grid.
So you can see we're on the grid here. It puts us instantly in, as we have 12 red lights. I think, no, 10 red lights, I can't count now. 10 red lights, and it is lights out and away we go. We get a pretty bad start there. We didn't put the formation up on, so we are on cold tyres. I'm not sure if the AI are on cold tyres or not, but anyway, we head down here. No one at the inside there, Fisichella not the inside, but Massa and Alonso having a massive battle for a massive fight there into turn 1. Alonso comes out ahead as we now go into turn 3 here, brake heavily. Massa's very slow. Can we try and capitalise off this? We move to the inside, but he's just got a better run through the corner. As you can see, he brakes. Oh, he goes offline a bit there. Oh, he couldn't. That was.
What's he doing?
That was weird. He drove really slow. He's let Alonso pull out like a second gap to him there. I don't know what was happening. He must have just been flustered after that turn 1 fight with Alonso. Yeah, as we head down, nothing particularly interesting. Just want to show you how the first race laps are on this game. As you can see, Fisichella behind us, looking in our rearview mirrors, is not there. Obviously there are no... Oh, he goes for a dive bomb. We do manage to force him to back out there. Didn't expect the dive bomb. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. We are really slow through that particular corner compared to the AI. But we gain a lot of time in the third sector and the first sector, so it kind of balances out a bit there. But yeah, as Alonso's just running away, as we got a bit wide there. Not the best exit. We look behind us to see where Fisichella is. Or don't, I guess we don't do that, but yeah, he's in our rearview mirrors, he's definitely there. Need to worry. We now go into the braking zone. A bit wide there, but we still keep it nice and smooth. Well, that was an awful turn 2 for us. That might invite Fisichella to have an attack on us in the second sector. We slam on the brakes, turn into the corner. Or have a bit of a slide, maybe that's a precursor to something we need to worry about. But yeah, massive slide through there. We're keeping Fisichella at bay. So it looks like our fight is more with Massa than it is with Fisichella. But we do need to sort out our problems through the second sector, maybe push a bit more through some corners that we're losing time at. We push really hard through there, we're in second gear this time. It worked out pretty well for us there. Again, I don't think we're getting the benefit of slipstream down here, which is not ideal. But yeah, we do lose a lot of time for that. Fisichella's right on our back. So we need to worry about that. Massa's probably 2 seconds ahead, is he? Yeah, around 2 seconds ahead, and we've had an awful corner there. So we're definitely not on the same pace as these guys in our BMW Sauber. Yeah, our teammate qualified. I think they got knocked out in Q2. And they were like 15th or something. So we're definitely overperforming the guy here. You can see he's the little white icon going through the last corner with like the blue outline. I think that's him. But yeah, Fisichella 1 second behind us. But we have a massive issue through turn 1. We just didn't get the car stopped at all. And that's usually a corner that we're quite good at. But yeah, can we improve in turn 3 here? Pretty decent corner there. But yeah, now we are only 9/10 behind Massa. Oh, but we go on the sand on the inside, massive spin there. We were actually gaining on Massa there, but that really hasn't benefited us there. That spin probably cooked our tyres as well. So we really need to be careful with the tyre wear now as we move on to lap 14. No, not lap 14. I'm on about it's lap 4, I think, because it counts down instead of up. And yeah, we've got a nice buffer to Fisichella there. We don't want any mistakes as we run it into turn 3 here. Brake nice and early. The tyres are wearing out, but we just clip the inside and it's another spin for us. We can't rejoin there. We get in the gap between Fisichella and Schumacher. And yeah, now we're just ahead of Barrichello in the Honda. Is it Barrichello or Barrichello? Definitely Barrichello. Anyway, we're now behind Michael Schumacher in the Scuderia Ferrari. Is there anything we can do? Because we were faster than him before the spin. As we move on to lap 9 here, there's an oil spill somewhere on the circuit. Where's that going to be? It's just before turn 2, so we managed to avoid it. But Michael Schumacher is putting a massive gap to us because look at our tyre wear. We've got an orange tyre wear here on the rear left and like yellowy orange on every other tyre. It's really not good here. So we're a lot slower than we want to be, so we're probably going to pit at the end of this lap. That's why our garage icon is flashing green here. But one of the things I forgot about this game, which I didn't realise until I pitted, is there's a pit stop mini game where you have to like lift the jacker, change the tyres, remove the fuel hose, stuff like that. So I really need to remember to like maximise that for optimal race time. But yeah, we're going to lose a lot of time to Schumacher through this corner especially. We've had big spin there. I don't know what happened there. Just the car didn't want to grip at the rear. That might cost us later on in the race. As we're probably around 6-7 seconds behind Schumacher now. 6 seconds behind him. But we've got a nice gap to Raikkonen, who's really struggling in that McLaren Mercedes here. As we move on to the last corner, gonna be full throttle into the pit lane here. Straight into the pit stop. As we're now driving slowly down the pit lane. Yeah, as you can hear me say, this is a mini game section here. So into the pits. I think it's X and circle first. The triangle X. That was really bad. We get green on everything though. Except from the rear jack at the start. So yeah, 8.9 second pit stop. I reckon you probably get that down to around 6 if you're really fast and know what you're doing. So you're out miles behind Fisichella, but we do have the overcut on him. So you're just going to show you guys the outlap, see the tyre warm up stage that the tyres go through. That rear left tyre for some reason gets worked a lot on the circuit. You hear a lot of understeer there because the front tyres really aren't warmed up. So you got a 6.5 second gap to Fisichella, which means Fisichella will probably come out ahead of Schumacher because of the tyre difference between them. Yeah, now the tyres are already warmed up fully, so we can push as much as possible. Hitting that apex nicely. Getting a good exit there. We really need to push if we want to get Fisichella in this Grand Prix. So now moving back to this corner, the corner that we struggled at a lot. That was really not that bad. I don't know how they take us so fast. We're probably going to have a 7-second gap to him now because of that sector 2. Yeah, around a 7-second gap now, but we'll gain a lot in the last sector. That is for sure. So yeah, we're moving down into the last corner, heavy braking zone before the end of the lap here. In the apex very nicely there. As we move on down the line, you can see Fisichella does jump Schumacher. He's already ahead of him, but just confirming that Schumacher is behind Fisichella. And as you can see, we're now on the second to last lap. Nothing really interesting was happening until this lap, where we run a tiny bit wide there. We're in a slipstream of Schumacher. We can get P4 in this race. It is possible. We now run for the last corner. We want to get a good exit here. We've had an awful corner because of our tyre wear, so we're only really gonna get one chance at this. And we're not gaining enough in the slipstream either, so we need a really good turn 1 and 2 to get on the back of Michael Schumacher. 5 tenths between us. Because we're now heavy braking into turn 1. We get that basically perfect. We're right on the back of him. He lifts off a bit in turn 2, so we've got a massive run in him. Why are we going to go to the inside to the outside? It looks like he's defending the inside a tiny bit. It doesn't look like he's. We go for the dive bomb. There's contact. It lifts our rear wheel up and we're around there. I feel like I left him enough space on the outside there. I'll let you have a look at the replay, but I think I left enough space there. As you can see, we're just going to the corner. There's just a tiny bit of contact, but I'll let you guys decide who's at fault for that one. Just an awkward bit of contact there at the apex, but as we move on, Fernando Alonso will win the race and will cross the line to finish P5 overall, just behind Schumacher and Fisichella. If you enjoyed this race, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Underway here at the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit in Sakhir.